Nope.
Maybe he just looks like that, like Bigfoot.
He's fuzzy. Yeah, you can't record him. He becomes fuzzy. There it is. That's something. Better.
It does look better.
How does that look?
Yeah, other than you're not looking at the camera, but.
Looking for saucers in the black night high. Abduction dreams and alien screams. He says they're out there more than it seems. JD's got a lens hunting for Bigfoot's trace. Deep in the woods, in the shadows, embrace a rush on the ground. He's frozen in place. Did you hear that? Something's on the chase.
Welcome to Chumming with the Spirits. I'm JD.
I'm Parachoke. Sorry.
And then we have John Methancamp.
What's going on, guys?
It's
Not
one
much.
of those days.
It's been one of those weeks. That's all I can say.
I need to apologize for canceling last week. Had to get a tooth pulled. And I haven't even said that on my own show yet, but yes, I had a tooth pulled, and I was in some pain last week. So
yeah,
I appreciate you guys working around my schedule.
For big stars like you, we do what we can.
Well, yeah, big stars.
I remember the first tooth I had pulled as a kid. I cried.
How many subscribers you guys have on YouTube?
53,000.
Yeah.
Not very many.
Don't talk about big stars to me.
You're big to us.
No, just in. Well, we won't go there. This is PG, right?
You have shared hotel rooms on multiple occasions.
Yeah. So this is the first time we're not doing a chum bucket. This is the whole Chum with the Spirits crew and John Methancamp. The last time we did this was almost 2 years. It might have been 2 years.
A year and a half ago.
Year and a half ago in November.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while because that was right after I met. I hadn't even met Larry yet.
Mm-mm. Yeah, you just stopped.
And I just didn't care.
Yep.
That was a good time.
Yeah, it was a great episode.
Yeah,
it was fit right in.
But normally we do these in hotel rooms, but
yeah, I'm in a hotel room to keep it that way.
Oh, okay.
I'm in my bedroom.
I'm in my studio.
I'm in my studio too.
Yeah,
that's my bedroom.
So what are we talking about tonight, guys?
So I thought we'd talk about because we cover a large spectrum of things: ghosts,
Autism.
Hauntings, cryptids, UFOs. We've all now have had our own cryptid experience of some sort. But
I don't know if I have.
You don't know what that wailing was? Were you going to go out in the woods and check that out?
No, but I mean, who's to say that it wasn't supernatural?
Well, that's why you needed to run out in the woods and figure that out.
Yeah. Okay.
Now you've seen a shadow creature that was probably supernatural.
Yeah, I don't think that was Bigfoot.
I think the wailing was something. Unless there's a large population of howler monkeys in Arkansas that we're not aware of, which there is a possibility. I'm not.
Well, if Matthew Orton takes his shirt off,
well, yeah, that's about a howler monkey size. Well, I mean, you saw the picture. We happened to get the tracks on the sandbar, and he's pointing them out with the koozie of your koozie. Those tracks were almost 4 foot apart from heel to toe.
Wow.
And it's a flat foot, so I mean that's close to a 9 foot person. But anyways,
how long were they?
They were They were between 15 and 16 inches.
Oh shit! So
They
Shaq.
were, yeah. I mean, it would have been shack to been out there. But it, the noise that we got, the whoops, like the TV shows. I mean, it literally sounded. And I caught the chatter the first time we went out before Larry showed up. I had the Japanese chatter is the best way I could describe it. But the whoops were loud enough at 3 a.m. I woke up multiple campers. That wasn't even at the private location. We're literally just camping. The last time I was out, we had stuff get thrown at us. We had rocks indicating how many people were in a group. That kind of gets you a little.
What about the trees?
Well, there are massive trees that's been over and like pinned. Like there was like.
But they blocked you in, right?
Oh well, yeah. So that was kind of weird. They literally pushed two trees down to block our path going in, and I mean like. One of them was a cedar and was pretty fresh. Like we're talking a lot of force to get it knocked down because there's no other trees knocked down. It was just two of them. One went this way. We got it moved out, went further down, and maybe 100 feet around the bend. There's another. It was a cedar blocking it the other way, pushed the other way. But what I thought, because I've had tons of paranormal experiences. Well, let me say supernatural experiences, ghost hauntings. It could be because that's what I mainly go out and look for. But when I think it was about maybe a month ago, you and Matthew Orton from Drunken Cryptids were looking for cryptid encounters because you guys have gotten tons of supernatural encounters, paranormal. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, there's the ones I know of that people talk about. There's got to be about 1,000 ghost stories to one Bigfoot sighting. I mean, that's just a rough guess. I mean, John, you were thinking of something else.
Well, I think there's two reasons why some people, including yourself, might think that there's more ghost encounters than there are Bigfoot encounters. Or we'll say cryptid encounters. I think a lot of times talking about ghosts is more accepted.
Mm-hmm.
So people don't feel as timid talking about their ghost stories because, I think more people believe in ghosts than they do believe in cryptids. So you might hear about these ghost encounters, but
they're more guarded on the.
How many full body apparitions do you hear about where they actually see a ghost? You hear about paranormal activity, but actually seeing something.
That's the holy grail, but there's also a reason behind that one. At least in my experiences, and we may go down this path on cryptids as well, because my sighting of a cryptid, I did the exact same thing. My brain just naturalized it. Mm-hmm. Full body apparitions probably are seen more often than not, but people just automatically assume it's just a person, and they turn around and look back, and they're like, "Oh, where'd that person go?"
Well, up until the phantasmagorias, ghosts weren't ever said to be see-through or, opaque. Ghosts were thought to be, I know that person's dead and I just saw him. And it was flesh and blood. It was a solid thing. So in that instance, we could be seeing ghosts all the time and just not know it.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of happened. Well, Brian Goddard from Cryptid Paranormal, his ghost story, he saw a full body apparition, and it was a woman in a Victorian dress. Thought it was just on a college campus. Thought it was a reenactor. Found out a couple of weeks later, as he's in the same building, they were talking about, most people see this, Victorian red dress. He's like, had he not been back and heard that on the tour, he would have never thought that was a ghost. And
right.
bartenders, theater workers, they look up, they see somebody in the back, and they're like, "Oh, we're closed," and they look down, look back up, they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Your brain just goes, "Oh, that was just somebody," even though there's no way they could have gone down and back up that fast.
So I have a pontification for you.
Can you spell that?
Pontification.
Ooh.
That's Missouri State.
So why don't you ever hear people witnessing ghosts of dinosaurs and of things of that nature?
What if they are?
Well, so is it a possibility that all of these cryptids that people are experiencing, the Loch Ness Monster, the Thunderbird, Bigfoot, what if they're ghosts of creatures that used to once roam this earth?
That's as good a theory as any.
Right?
I mean, honestly, for the lake monsters, that is a pretty decent theory.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, other than what was the 1600s when the Loch Ness actually attacked somebody, everybody else has been seeing something. That could
have been alcohol related. Just saying.
That's a lot of alcohol to think of. Sea creatures coming out of the water and attacking you.
I've never drank so much that I hallucinated.
Yeah,
I have.
What was in that alcohol?
Yeah, I don't think that's called
Jaeger.
alcohol. Yeah. No, because we kind of talked about that. I think cryptids get thrown into a big box, and I think some of it is not flesh and blood. I think some of it is supernatural, but it's kind of hard to, when you're out there and you're having something happen. I don't think you kind of go through the natural reactions. Like,
No.
For me, like when me and Matt saw the creature in the river, my brain automatically, oh, he's fly fishing. He's just thigh deep, and didn't think about it until the next day when we drove through and saw the boats there, and the guys on the boats are that big, and that guy was that big standing in the water, and then you're like, well, wait a minute, that guy was all black. Why would he be wearing all black in 98-degree weather in Arkansas with 78% humidity? Then you're like, well, wait a minute, I don't remember seeing waders. He didn't even have a fishing pole. And then you're like, oh, holy shit.
Right.
We should have taken a picture. But,
a bullshit story.
Yep. And it's, we got at least pictures of the footprints. We didn't even cast the prints. Well, and part of that everything happens. Like my favorite thing is like we get out in the first location and we get whoops right away. It's me and Matthew, and we're looking at like a early 1800s cemetery in the middle of the woods is where they dropped us off at. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get supernatural stuff off this, and we start hearing whoops. Matthew's like, somebody's fucking with us.
There was a lot of whoops that weekend. Trash cans, all kinds of stuff.
But
my thing is, though, a lot of the things that you hear. Let's talk about haunted houses for a minute. You hear about like, oh, the house shook, or there was this big bang, and couldn't tell. It felt like it was coming from everywhere, or at one minute it was over here, and the next minute it's over there. That's the same kind of things people say happens with Bigfoot.
Yep.
Rocks thrown, objects moved.
Right. So my thing is, what if a lot of this is just misidentification?
I think there is, kind of like you say, I think we try to shove everything in one box, and the reality of it is, in Japan's well known for haunted forests. There was, and as we've done investigations, that we see a lot of crossover. Like when you get into hot spots for Bigfoot sightings, there's a lot of times there's orbs. They'll have UFO sightings, even paranormal activity, unexplained events happening besides a flesh and blood creature going around. Not sure if it's the area that attracts them or one or the other, but yeah, I think we try to throw a whole bunch of stuff in one box. And the reality, it's probably like 15 boxes, and you're just catching something from each one of them. And then we go down. We think we have new cryptids, and the reality, when you start looking into some of this stuff, is that they're old cryptids that we kind of forgot about, and we just renamed them.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, they're just scary.
Right.
So I have a question for both of you, if you don't mind me asking, going down a little rabbit hole here. You both know what Mandela effects are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Might have done an episode on that.
Yeah. So, if there were ever to be an instance of a Mandela, we'll take Bigfoot for instance. If there was an instance of a Mandela effect where Bigfoot was erased from history, and there was a group of people that remember hearing about the Patterson film and all that other kind of stuff and whatnot, do you think that would bring them back, or do you think that would create some sort of tulpa version of them in an alternate timeline?
So we're assuming with this Mandela effect, Bigfoot exists, and then it doesn't.
Yeah.
Would it cause an egregore if enough people are looking? I think there's a possibility we're dealing with egregores in some of the forests.
Yeah, that's
a paranormal, and enough people believe in a certain thing in a certain area. But
I think a lot of the tulpas and stuff like that are actually demonic.
That's a good theory. I like that.
Because if demons think, well, they'll accept this.
Yeah.
I can show up as this.
Never thought about it that way.
There's enough people that already believe in Slender Man.
Yeah.
I can show up as Slender Man.
Hat Man,
Yeah.
Rake, Pale Crawler,
Right.
Skinwalker.
So let's delve into that a little bit with the rake. Would you consider... So, I don't even know how to ask this question. Different cultures call it different things, right? Skinwalker, Wendigo, all kinds of stuff, zombie. Would you consider that a cryptid or a supernatural entity?
What's the difference?
Supernatural entity, in my opinion, would be something that doesn't have physical form. Like, I would consider a vampire...
I can tell you for a fact that the rake has physical form.
Yeah, he got the fingerprints on his car to prove
That's true. Well, yeah. Ghosts can leave fingerprints, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they can move things. I had a rock thrown at me.
So I think what you're trying to distinguish is from a natural creature, like in theory, if Bigfoot is a primate, or a humanid or hominid, it's a flesh and blood creature. It has a heart. It bleeds. It has natural. It's a natural creature, like a platypus, versus a zombie or like a vampire. Yeah, they're not natural. They're a supernatural. There's something beyond normal comprehension that allows that to be there. Because, there's... I don't know if you've seen that zombie fungus for ants and insects.
Yeah.
They get that in North Carolina. A lot of people think that's like a Central America or South America thing, but no, that zombie virus is in either South Carolina or North Carolina.
Yeah. So... I think that's most people make that distinction. Well, like everybody throws the Mothman in under a cryptid. Yeah. The reality of it, he leans more towards a supernatural creature because of the premonitions, the glowing red eyes.
So what would you classify the black-eyed kids as?
Demons.
I asked for that. That was fair.
Yeah. I mean, anything. So there's a long history of things that if they have to, like vampires have to be, they have to have consent to come into your dwelling. There's a lot of history, old tales about that, evil can't just come at you. You have to invite it in. And that's where you have to, why vampires have to ask to come in. Black-eyed kids, they're trying to get you to, like possessions. You have to open a doorway for them to be able to come in and do something. Compared to a Bigfoot that can just knock the door down.
Well, and I have a theory on why you would think there would be more supernatural and ghost sightings as opposed to cryptids. Is people consider a gambit of activity, like John was saying, supernatural. So if they hear something, if they smell something, if they get a feeling, when it comes to cryptids, no one says, "Oh, I encountered a Bigfoot because I had a feeling that Bigfoot was there." Does that make sense?
You haven't heard very many Bigfoot encounters then.
But you get where I'm going. Like,
well, there's usually something else on top of it. Like they had a rocket thrown.
yes.
They saw something.
I don't agree with you guys.
Really?
Oh, okay. No, that's fair.
So what
I
most of your cryptid stuff that people come on, what's a typical for them?
I mean,
sighting?
a lot of people experience. I'm not saying everyone's the same because they're not,
Yeah.
but a lot of Bigfoot encounters, there is that sense of unease. There's a smell. There's the woods going quiet. There's
That sucks, by the way.
an overwhelming sense of dread.
Yeah.
All of these things are experienced during Bigfoot encounters.
Yeah, but if that's the only thing that happens, are they likely? Do they talk about it, or was there something that kind of tipped it at the very end? I don't know if I'm getting that across. Meaning, like,
Yeah,
you get
if they experience...
you smell this, you catch movement out of the corner of your eye.
Are they going to talk about it?
Are they going to talk about it versus they have all that, and then next thing they know, they see a 8-foot tall something dash across the trail.
That happens a lot in Bigfoot encounters. Maybe it was the night before. The night before, oh man, something didn't feel right. I felt sick.
But generally,
I had a headache, whatever.
But then they'll say, well, then we found tracks, or usually there's some corroborating evidence for them to go, well, this kind of all, like you're saying, it could be over multiple days.
I think maybe we're thinking on different lines here, because what I'm trying to say is just because people feel these things doesn't mean it was Bigfoot that was causing it. It doesn't mean that it was a ghost that was causing it.
Yeah, no, yeah, I get it. Yeah.
It could be a multitude of things happening at the same time because of, like what you said, the area that you're in. Maybe it's a thinning of the veil. A lot of reports of weird stuff happen around quartz. That's why Arkansas is so freaking weird.
So
EMF, there's a lot of, like, because high EMF causes paranoia, feelings of being watched.
So do you think, in your opinion, John, that a lot of people think when it comes to like supernatural stuff, when you go into a haunted house or a haunted location, that they interact with certain people because they're drawn to them. Do you think the same thing could be said for cryptids like Bigfoot? Like, they're only going to interact with people that they're drawn to and not everyone that comes across their path?
I think there's some of that. Mm-hmm. But my viewpoint on it is, I think that you have these people, such as myself, that's had multiple different things happen. JD's had multiple different things happen. You've had multiple different things happen. Because you're open to it.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm getting.
And
Yeah.
you're to
I'm not
once
open
you're
enough
once
to
you're
follow
open
it, though.
to it, once you're open to it, it's like a beacon, and you're more aware.
Hmm.
Before
Maybe.
you were ignoring the stuff because it doesn't exist.
Yeah, but
Your
you
brain
would think
said
that
that didn't happen.
you would think that they would be drawn away from me because when I get scared, something else opens and emits some nasty smells.
You're calling skunk apes all the time.
I know. You
I
think
just realized, what if they actually mark us with infrasound? What if we, because of the encounters and just like having a scent on you by animals, that makes it, from a cryptid standpoint, that's why they have a tendency to go, people, once you start having encounters, you have more.
well, who's to say that the infrasound isn't altering our brain frequencies
So I
Make
think
it
right
more
there, your
successful.
vibrational
to give them
energy.
a signal like, oh, hey, I've encountered that person before.
He smells funny.
They don't pee on you; they just change your vibrational frequency.
Yeah.
He talks weird. It goes, wah, 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 wah.
Well, I mean, and there's, we're generalizing and talking about Bigfoot, but there's so many other cryptids out there that,
Fucking kill this thing.
like I don't want to come across the dog man particularly. He's just
Stupid
smacking
fly.
cryptids behind the camera.
Yeah,
It's driving me
Get back
nuts.
in there. Shadow creatures, get back. I got the light on.
Now,
yeah. I mean, Mothman to me though. You did say Mothman, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, to me,
I think you said Dog Man, and then you said Mothman, but
well, I don't want to come across Dog Man. I'm okay with coming across Mothman, I want some lottery ticket numbers.
I tend to believe that Mothman. I kind of lean towards more being extraterrestrial or interdimensional than like I don't know.
Yeah, like a regular, a naturalized creature type thing.
Right.
a regular nightmare fuel thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, other than the couple that got the radiation burns or whatever,
Yeah.
Mothman really didn't attack anybody.
No.
He was more of an harbinger trying to warn people,
Well, I
So-
mean, that's what they said. That's
What
how
about-
it was taken. I mean, he
Yeah.
didn't come down and say, "Hey, the bridge is going to collapse." He just happened to be there when it was happening. What if he was just a watcher? What if he was just there to document? Maybe he's a frickin' Pluto's journalist. I don't know.
What if he was just on vacation and he was like, fuck. Like, now this is going to be linked to me.
Right. He's like, I've always wanted to check out West Virginia and Ohio, and
it's such a pleasant point.
So, what are your thoughts on what's it called? The Bigfoot with wings?
Oh, the bat squatch.
Sasquatch.
Do you think that could just be a misidentification of a Mothman?
No, I don't. I think Mothman was only one thing. That's my opinion. And everybody out there,
Yeah.
whatever I say is just my opinion. I am not an expert. Nobody's an expert. My opinion, Mothman was its own thing. Are there winged humanoid creatures? Yes. That's my opinion.
I know a couple.
Well, you get into like the Flatwood monsters, more than likely extraterrestrial. The Loveland frogs may be extra dimensional. I mean, you get in some really like I
Mutation.
wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't. I'm not. There's certain cryptids I believed in, and then like the other ones, you start digging into them, you're like, oh, that just seems out of. And then you're like, then you find out who actually saw them, reported them. Like,
Eugene.
well, the Loveland frogs were both reported by 2 police officers.
Right.
And
But
outside of Cincinnati, that's almost guaranteed to ruin your career to put that on paperwork.
Right.
Yeah. Well, but then you run into cryptids like the jackalope that are actually real.
Yeah.
Like, it's based on a real life creature that just has a fungus. Sorry.
To be honest, there's probably, well, it's like the tall tales. There's probably an ounce of truth on a lot of these cryptids that maybe it was something from a long time ago, handed down from generation to generation, or they're seeing something. Like, like theoretically, a brown bear could be easily mistaken for, a Bigfoot. They can be between 10 to 12 foot tall, stand upright.
Yep, but can they chuck trees at you?
They don't have thumbs.
Exactly.
Yeah. Maybe that's where we're messing up. We're supposed to be looking for bears that have the thumbs. Opposable thumbs. I mean, that'd be just as scary.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You know what's funny is you bring that up about the birds. My episode that drops tomorrow actually has a story about a thunderbird. Every once in a while, you get a one-off genetic mutation.
Yeah.
Just like giantism in humans. You get the 8-foot guy in humans. Every once in a while, birds have that same genetic marker that makes a giant bird. And so the Thunderbird's real, but it's just a genetic. I mean, this is one of the theories.
Yeah.
It's a one-off genetic mutation that caused this bird just to grow exponentially larger than what they would normally be. So are a lot of these cryptids, these one-off cryptids, just genetic mutations?
Yep.
That people happen to see.
That's what that whole movie, because I brought that up on one of the episodes we did before. That's what that whole movie, The Relic, is based on. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Yeah.
I believe that's possible.
Look at Jimothy and all the fame he's gotten from a genetic mutation.
Yeah, and all the women that think he's cute, just remember, short and stubby's cute.
Yeah. But the bird, though, Parrot Chum didn't realize that's in the Middle East. They had a big bird called the rock that was known to eat elephants, which is very similar to the thunderbird of North America. I mean, it's a massive bird that's capable, and it's a raptor of some sort that it can grab, like I said, elephants and eat elephants. And everybody's like, "Oh, that's all myth. It's myth." But now we found out there is the terror bird, which is the size of a friggin' giraffe and is the largest known thing to have been able to fly. And I'm like, okay, well, what if those didn't die off as far back as we thought?
Or through evolution, the reptiles turned into birds.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it shoots off this pterosaur, because the genetics got screwed up because mom didn't sit on the eggs right or something. Who knows?
So I'm wondering if that could be the case for that
radiation.
That giant spider from Africa called Jibafofi. There were only real reports from a single generation of people that actually witnessed it, and then just people thinking that they saw something. Going forward, it could have been a genetic one-off, like you said. I don't know.
I think a lot of the cryptids, where it's these one-off cryptids, I think that's what we're looking at. But you can't rule out the fact that they may have been interdimensional or extraterrestrial, and that's the reason there was only one of them.
So
the government's saying we have extraterrestrials, so I mean.
So let's take a break real quick.
Well, that makes me not want to believe it.
So let's take a break real quick. I'm going to go grab a drink, and then I have a question for both of you regarding this that I've had for a long time. I've just been too afraid to ask. But you guys could.
No, that's not. It's not normal when that happens.
No, it should not pee when you burn.
What about when I poop? Because that happens often. I think that's just called Taco Bell.
Hey everyone, this is JD with Chumming with the Spirits podcast. What's the perfect way to spice up any recipe you can think of? That's right, it's the perfect sauce. Big Fork Brands has a wide variety of the perfect sauces for any occasion. If you're craving something special for that late night snack, mid-afternoon pick-me-up, or just something tasty for the special event, be sure to check out their amazing bacon sausages, paleo pork jerkies, and flavored meat sticks. Of all the products can be purchased at www.bigforkbrands.com. Here at Chumming with the Spirits podcast, we always keep some of their incredible sauces and meat sticks on hand for those long days and nights of recording. Don't forget to use the code CHUMMING, CHUMMING, at checkout to receive 20% off your order.
Welcome back to Chumming with the Spirits with our special guest. Wears a special helmet, John Methancamp. Got Parachum. I'm JD.
So before we left, I was talking about a question that I wanted to ask, and
I am impressed you remember.
yeah, yeah, me too.
It was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
5 hours later.
Don't judge me, everybody watching, and you too. But do you think that, so cryptids, so we're talking about Bigfoot, the rake, all this other kind of stuff, the Loveland Frogman, jackalopes, do you think that they have the ability to get possessed by demons, if demons exist?
Rabies is a real thing.
Yes, but
So,
do they have a
short
soul?
answer, yes.
Okay. I think so too.
Technically, that could be a Wendigo.
Well,
Shaped like a jackalope?
depends on what if you want to go down the Nephilim rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we want to go down that rabbit hole, the spirits of the Nephilim are demons looking for a body.
Yeah.
So if they find a gorilla, possess the bodies of gorillas and come to North America, now they're Bigfoot. I don't know.
So the reason I ask is because of one singular instance that I'm sure both of you are aware of. They're in the Natural History Museum in Chicago. And that's the story of the Ghost in the Darkness, the 2 killer lions from Africa. I think there was something else at play.
Now, we're pretty easy prey.
Yes, but the circumstances behind that whole incident are just bizarre.
What?
Yeah.
It's weird that
hunting as a group of males.
The fact that you brought that up, I literally just watched a documentary about the top 10 most deadly man-eaters, and they're talking because they killed 200 and some. There's a tiger that killed over 425 verified people in India, and it was a regular tiger that somebody shot. And when it shot it in its face, broke its upper canine and took most of the lower canine off on one side. And it couldn't, because a tiger's main thing is an ambush predator, nails them in the back of the neck, crushes it, and then that's how they kill their prey. Missing those 2 teeth, it wasn't able to kill a creature of its normal size. Well, so it adapted. It found creatures, which were mostly women and children, and went after them, and was smart enough that from that injury knew to avoid people with guns. Like it went on for like 6 years trying to kill this tiger.
Well, it was
they brought in
same thing with those lions. Yeah. They had broken teeth and they couldn't attack like they would normally attack.
Well, but that's the reason why I'm bringing that up is like most of the man-eaters that like high number of people killers, there was something that we did that caused them to go that path. That is not a normal switch. But the problem is once that switch is made, they're very proficient. Polar bears, crocodiles, tigers, lions,
My ex-wife.
I thought we were talking about demons.
Well,
We are.
what was that? Did you just
He
smack
was
your camera?
getting rid of a notification.
Oh.
Getting call. I thought I had Give me 1 second. I gotta turn on my do not disturb.
I'm gonna
I didn't
answer
think
and
that
it'll
was
be
gonna
like-
show up.
It's going to be one of those pay for
Craigslist.
1-900 breathe heavy.
I saw your ad in Craigslist.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't have my phone. I'm recording on my phone, but I forgot to put it on do not disturb. Because you guys are disturbing enough.
So I agree with John. I do think it's a possibility that something like that can happen.
Oh, I would absolutely say so, because in the Bible, Jesus cast the demons into the pigs, and they ran off the cliff. In theory, it is possible. If it's a flesh and blood creature, it could get possessed.
Do you think a demon could possess a ghost?
Not,
I'm
no,
just
because
going.
they're not
I'm
corporeal.
just making shit up
The-
now.
This is my opinion. I think demons are looking for a flesh and blood
Yeah.
body. They would prefer a human, but if they can get into something else,
Because I
you
mean, they do dolls because they look like humans.
That's a
I know.
whole nother. That's a vessel, and that's a golem type thing that we could go on another offshoot. But so John,
Wait a
to
minute.
recap
I'll
where
just
you
go
were at
over the
on
joke.
cryptids.
yeah,
Oh, really?
they prefer, like humans would be like the luxury vehicle. Getting into an animal is like a beater with a heater. It gets you around until you can get
Ford
what you really
Fiestas.
want.
It's like riding
Yeah.
a moped. They're fun until you're
Right.
fancy.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
That's pretty good. I like that.
I was just saying. So you think there might be almost even amount of cryptid encounters per se as ghosts, but a lot of people are less likely to mention what they ran into versus. I would have to agree on the ghost hunting stuff. It's more normal now to talk about hauntings and stuff like that. It's still not 100%. Some people still kind of frown upon it, but I think you're right. I mean, and I think UFO encounters are probably even rarer because of that too. Because it's one thing to say you saw Bigfoot; it's another thing.
But
to say you got
so the
probed.
thing that I have the biggest problem with, and we've talked about this before, JD.
That second knuckle.
Damn. I have a hard time understanding that though, because when you look at it, there's more physical evidence of cryptids and UFO encounters than there are hauntings and ghost stuff. You would think it would be opposite, right?
Yeah, but the problem is the mainstream doesn't even believe the physical evidence that we have on Bigfoot, let alone all the other cryptids.
But we have
Like,
evidence. That's the thing.
Like that.
When it comes to the supernatural,
Yeah. There's handprints, there's footprints, there's audio recordings of the calls, there are thermal imaging, there's film footage, multiple key witnesses. That's just on Bigfoot. That's not even covering
Yeah.
the other cryptids.
what do you think, Jane?
John should have taken a camera and gotten a picture of the rake, but no.
I was driving
he
at
had
the
to drive
time.
away.
Why didn't I grab my phone?
Yeah.
No. What,
Well, at least the other guy called 911 and got that recorded.
I was like, screw that guy.
Yeah.
No, but what I was going to say is, a lot of the ghost evidence is people looking for them.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the majority of the ghost footage, the ghost evidence, is ghost hunters going out looking for them.
98%.
There are a lot less people out there looking for Bigfoot than there are ghosts.
I would.
Oh,
agree.
absolutely, there are.
There could be a lot of people out there. Well, I mean, it's that one story of we don't have a lot of stories of aggressive Bigfoots. Well, it's probably because if they are aggressive, you
No,
have
true.
a story.
I agree with you. When you look at per capita, just here in America, the number of paranormal groups as opposed to the number of cryptid groups, it's probably, like Jeremy said, 1,000 to 1.
Well, and the other problem is the technology. Is like we ran into this. Is we've tried to record the whoops. We've tried to record a bunch of stuff, even in the paranormal world. I don't know if it's because the digital technology we're using is causing the issues versus like Ron Moorhead using analog tapes. It's really hard to get evidence out of the field because of the range. I've been involved in 3 different eye shine events. Thermal doesn't work as well as I thought it was going to.
IR doesn't work worth a crap in the woods.
No. Yeah, well, you're very limited on, unless you get a very high profile or high spotlight. Yeah. And that was something else that we're kind of running into is like, I think the eye shine off of whatever cryptid it is, I don't think it's eye shine like a normal animal. Cause like the ones that we have is you don't see an outline. You see the eyes, but there's no body outline. And I'm wondering if that's just the way the eyes reflect, that they're actually further back than what we think, which I makes me feel better because like the encounters I have were a lot closer and they disappeared with no sound. I mean, that gets really eerie. Like, and then you start feeling, watched. The minute you realize you can't hear them move, that gets that like, oh, okay, that's not
Right.
funny.
And I think another thing is, you're talking about the technology. Everybody's got a phone or a camera in their pocket now.
Yeah.
So it's easy to okay, I'm going down to the Randolph County Infirmary with my phone, and I just have to stay inside these walls that is haunted and look for stuff. Whereas looking for cryptids, you're not in a
To be
building.
fair, yeah, if you're in the Randolph County Infirmary and there was a Bigfoot in there, I'm pretty sure
Right.
you'd find them.
That's my whole
Yeah.
point. You're not talking about a 50,000 square foot
Yeah.
building. You're talking about
Yeah,
millions of acres.
thousands of acres. Yeah.
You're also talking about the limitations, like you were saying, with the technology inside a room. Recorders work great.
Works great.
Cameras work great. When you're out in the elements, they don't work as well. And that's whether it's a daytime or nighttime.
So
You know,
I'm looking up on Best Buy. They have analog voice, like cassette recorders, like the old schools with the handles that you can take for $30. I'm wondering if we should start using that for paranormal investigations. And
I'd like to try it. I actually bought that reel-to-reel recorder. I just
a lot of the excuse me, a lot of the
getting
I
all
am.
checked up.
being on your show has me all choked up. A lot of the I don't know. You don't want to use the word experts. The bigger names that do research,
A lot of the larger
Experienced.
researchers.
they are not accepting any digital media anymore because it can all be faked.
But to be fair though, had Patterson Gimlin film Patterson Gimlin been done on digital, we wouldn't have the evidence that we have now, because you can't enhance digital. It is set at whatever
Right.
it's at. Being analog and on film, as technology gets better, the more and more they can zoom in and see stuff, because that film captured whatever was
Right.
there.
elaborate on that because I'm confused. Why can you not enhance digital, but you can enhance analog?
Because analog film actually captures it at the highest resolution the film is. So you can actually zoom in 100% on it. Digital, it's so many pixels per square inch. You can't make new pixels. So one of the issues that came up was everybody loves Star Trek, and 1966 was all done on film. So they can restore it. They can bring it in and get more detail.
So is that
Next
why
generation.
is that why some of the
Next Generation.
well is that why some of the old like Twilight Zone episodes, the black and white episodes, the restored, they look like you're actually in the room with them?
Yeah.
Like it's creepy looking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's because the cameras now can actually see the detail of the film captured. But that's also why when you look back and you see the old digital recording of thermal or IR, why it looks so grainy. That's the max pixels that it can handle, and if you go to blow it up,
It starts looking like
just
an
pixelates.
original Nintendo
Yeah, like
or Atari.
watching like the first or second season of Ghost Hunters back then, I was like, oh my god, and then I
I'm
look
just-
at it now and I'm like, I can't see shit.
I'm just waiting for the wave of the fact that you remember those little film cassettes that you used to put in the cameras, or it was just reel to reel, like 35 millimeter. And you had the thin. Somebody needs to come back with that and start putting them for the trail cams.
I bet you
Just have
you can find
something
them.
to. Has it
35
ding
millimeter
whenever
trail
here's a
cam.
signal.
I bet you put that in and you can find one.
What'd you say?
35 millimeter
35 millimeter
trail cam.
35 millimeter trail cam, or 25 was 16 millimeter was the other one. 35 and 16. Because I think the recorder I picked up is a 16 millimeter. But he's looking.
No, they sell them.
I told you.
There's a company called Blue Moon Trail Cams, and they make 35 millimeter trail cameras. They're $50.
Yeah.
It's not bad
You
at
want
all.
me to share?
Well, to be honest, though, it's going to be the film that's going to be the most
This is
expensive.
what
We're
they
finding
look like.
somebody to
I
develop
don't know
it.
if you can see.
Yeah.
This is them.
Yeah.
So might be looking
Whoa.
something to look into.
Don't move. I got different
Did it
places.
just swap?
It didn't change on me.
Shifted everything around.
I was over here. Now I'm over here.
You're welcome. But yeah,
JD's in the same spot. That's all that matters, I guess.
Yeah.
no, I mean that is worth. I mean, I was expecting them to be like $300 or $400 because it's a novelty thing, but they're cheaper than current digital crap.
Well, I think it's going to come down to anybody doing any type of investigation is going to go back to analog film. I mean, digital's nice for TV shows or quick stuff, but if you're going to be trying to do scientific method and trying to prove, you're going to have to get it on regular film because AI has now made digital almost impossible to trust. I mean that mullet's not even really there.
John's not even really there.
What are you talking about? You're AI. We all know that.
It's actually Matthew Orton in a on a green screen. But
So-
yeah, I mean, whether it's the audio or the video, if it's digital, you really can't trust it anymore. Because I can go on my computer right now and create any kind of audio I want. The AI programs, I was using Sora there for a long time till it went under. I have video of me getting chased by the cops and Bigfoot and me beating up Bigfoot, and it's
Milo's scratching at the door. He wants to see Jeremy. So
yeah.
my next question is, so if we were to do this analog stuff out there hunting for Bigfoot with analog voice recorders, analog trail cams, all that kind of stuff, do you think that they would sense it like they can with the digital infrared and all that other kind of stuff?
I think it's the plastics and the man-made materials that they're.
So could you
actually
just
thinking about.
cover that with pheromones, like
You could try,
LPP
but
or something?
Let me go move some of your wall decorations around in your apartment and see if you notice.
Well, yeah,
Because that's what you're really doing.
but I'm
You're
not going
adding
to notice it by
something
smell.
in their
I'm not gonna be
backyard.
like, he moved a poster.
So that's true. You can't smell anything other than you and your apartment. So
But if you go to somebody else's house and they have a dog, you're going to smell their dog.
True, that's fair. Yeah.
So, you know, and if the dog is laid on it or it's been in their house, you're going to smell it.
Yeah.
The hard part's going to be the getting it in IR vision, night vision, because that's type. You're going to see more low light camera setups where the lenses are designed to pull light in, because you're kind of stuck on what you can actually capture, because like thermal's all digital. There's no now there. I guess we get there's certain the red lens thermals. The early ones were gas and lenses. It wasn't digital. So I mean, I guess there is analog versions of all that stuff, but just trying to find it.
I
and get
think
it set up.
this stealth cam 35mm camera, I think it is, and it is night vision, because it said this camera was originally marketed and designed towards hunters for security purposes on their land. So I don't know how to.
I've always wondered if you couldn't do. Let's go really old school. Mechanical cameras, and rig them so that they have to be triggered. It's not a motion sensor. It's not putting out anything until something walks
Like a
tripwire,
tripwire.
or
Temperature.
even if it's on a branch that swings, so it can reset. But that way there's nothing electronic about it. It's all mechanical.
Interesting. Never thought about that.
Yeah, like a pull cord, where it gets tripped and it'll take a picture right
Right.
then and there
I wonder.
with a massive flash, so you're catching a Bigfoot.
So I wonder, with this influx of flock cameras, how much stuff's going to be captured that we weren't previously aware.
The government's got control of it. You're not going to
Problem
see any of that crap.
No, and it's AI based. I just realized, how terrifying that would be. You put up like 5 or 6 of those cameras, and it's in the middle of the night. You get the last one set up, and all the ones behind you start flashing in the middle of the forest.
That would suck.
As it's flashing towards you. You're like, yeah. Hey, that just gave me nightmare fuel.
I think it would be fun. I know.
You got to go buy those cubes again. You have to put
Yeah.
the cubes in.
I think it would be interesting, and I don't know if anybody's really ever done this, but setting up a mirror in the woods. They have.
They do it
Yeah.
with stuff like that.
They've done experiments with
I know, but
gorillas
not
and that.
Bigfoot.
Uh,
I don't know.
How do you
That's
know?
why I'm asking. Do you know of any?
A two-way mirror with a camera behind it.
Yeah. That's what I'm. Yeah.
I still think they would be able to sense it. I think, and it's something different. They're not. To me, they're smarter than the average bear.
which we have examples how smart bears can be compared
Right.
to humans.
But I think
Fuck you.
it's just like JD was saying.
I just got it.
They're going to. It's something new in their environment. They're going to know that doesn't belong there. And you walk in the woods. This is my opinion. They know you're there. And if they see you drop that thing, they're like, I ain't getting anywhere near that.
Someone needs to design a camera made of natural material. Like,
Above my pay grade.
but you know what I'm saying? Like, made of wood and leaves and all that. So it still has the camera.
You could do like a
inside.
pinhole camera.
Yeah.
Those don't instantaneously take
Yeah.
pictures.
No.
though. It's more of a delayed over time.
I don't know. I'm definitely going to be ordering one of those.
You got something going on in the studio?
Yeah, I was looking out the window. The sky is black and out my window.
Oh, we're supposed to
I
get
don't know if
really
we got
bad
storms.
storms tonight. Yeah.
You're getting abducted, John?
Please.
Oh, speaking of which,
Nothing's on the radar.
we watched
As long as I don't have to.
we
go
watched
to the work.
Disclosure last night. It's not good.
Really?
It was weird. Like, yeah, that's all I can say.
I hadn't heard anything on it. I didn't know.
I mean, it's just not your typical Steven Spielberg movie. It was,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, I didn't mean to segue on that one. I just thought I'd let you guys know.
Sure.
Masters of the Universe, though, was awesome.
It couldn't be better than the original.
It's not, but because I love.
No, that
I heard
first
it's pretty-
movie was
it's
a
pretty
turd,
hilarious.
man. The one from the 80s,
Yeah,
that was a turd.
It was awesome.
Darth
Oh, that
Lundgren.
was a turd.
Had they left that, had they put that in Eternia, instead of
Exactly.
having it being on Earth, that would have been friggin'
I agree.
phenomenal.
They ruined it by having it on Earth. That was that whole storyline ruined the whole thing. And I was a huge, like, I had all the play sets and
Oh, I did too.
the vehicles, and I think there was only like 3 of the characters that I didn't own the action figures of at the time. And so I mean, I was huge into that. And when that movie came out, I was hyped. And I was like, this is dumb.
I remember I destroyed my Beastman figure because I put him under the slime pit and he was covered with fur. My parents were so mad at me.
Yeah.
That $3 toy was just destroyed. So
That was cheap. Because I would think I was paying $5.
yeah, I think they were like $4.95 or something like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now they're like $39.95 for a stupid fucking action figure. Excuse my language. Anyway, what did you?
Boy, that went off.
Yeah,
the
that
rails.
went off. circles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where were we?
I don't know.
We were talking about trail cams.
Yeah,
Yeah, trail cams, making them out of natural. We're trying to solve the world's investigation in the woods. Why can't we just throw peanut butter out there and have a camera get triggered off of whatever looks
what
on
if
peanut
Bigfoot
butter?
has a genetic marker in it that it's allergic to nuts?
I don't think that's true.
Just these nuts?
No, I don't think it's true because I know of a lot of researchers that do use peanut butter.
Yeah, I know. They'll come back and the jar's been moved and it's opened and half
Yeah.
of it's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Start feeding canines Reese's peanut butter cups. The dogmen.
Well, I
Try to
mean, it
mess
worked
them
for
up.
aliens with Reese's Pieces. I mean,
Yeah.
I think technically the size, their heart would probably be able to handle the caffeine versus a regular dog. But you never know.
so it's
As long as they got nards,
it's
we're
not
good.
the size of the heart. It's that the caffeine breaks down into a certain chemical when it's digested in the stomach that their hearts can't process fast enough, and that's why it causes.
So there's a chance to take a dog man
Yeah.
out with the Hershey's.
All you got to do to beat Dogman is cover yourself in chocolate.
Chocolate laxatives. That would be funny. Watching
Carry-
his heart explode and his ass at the same time.
Carry one of them
If
big
you
bottles
survive.
of Hershey's chocolate syrup and just cover yourself with it, and you're good.
Might be worth trying. I'm just saying.
But then we find out that Bigfoot, it's an aphrodisiac.
Yeah. There's realize this is a whole series of hot tips for cryptids.
Yeah. This sounds more like
Yeah.
something Methancamp would do.
Yeah. We're gonna try. Methancamp's gonna try out all the versions of myths.
You know what? I can do that.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great series. We're gonna try. Oh, you're getting ready to do vampires. You need to talk about garlic because I think that is vampire
Oh, yeah.
propaganda. Because garlic is a blood thinner. Oh no, you're eating garlic. Don't make yourself taste so good and easily
no,
be
so-
drained.
That's going in that. If we end up doing that, that's going in there. And I will give you credit for that.
All the Bigfoot hunters out there that are using peanut butter as bait, I'm telling you, mix a bottle of magnesium citrate in with the bottle of peanut butter, you might get some evidence.
You never saw that on Mountain Monsters?
Did they do that?
No, they were after a Bigfoot that had the runs.
No, I didn't know. I didn't see that.
Oh yeah.
Start releasing that lettuce with some peanut butter, and like you'll be able to find a trail, know where the
All of a
Bigfoot
sudden, you
went.
hear, instead of a whoop, you hear whoop.
New ways to track cryptids.
Well, those would be called craptids, not cryptids.
Oh my. What are we doing?
I don't know.
This was supposed to be a
We've been
serious
off rails.
conversation.
It is.
I'm telling you, you eat that lettuce, it's going to get real serious.
Yeah, I saw something on the Facebook the other day. It said, "How do I know if I have regular Taco Bell diarrhea or the
Yeah, or the
from the lettuce?"
new explosive. All I know is a donut wouldn't give me an explosive diarrhea.
Right?
Neither will Bush Light. I take that back.
I don't know about that.
But I say let's bring this back to where we originally started. And we'll wrap up. Because John, you've been an excellent guest as always, and like I said, you brought an interesting thought on that. Because I think you're right. I think people are probably way less likely to mention that they saw something in the woods, versus saying, "Oh, I saw a ghost."
Yeah.
I see it all the time because
So-
I do it on purpose. So people that are watching, when I post in certain Bigfoot groups, it's because I know it's full of trolls.
That's awesome.
And they just the more they comment on it, the more the
and the
post
more money
goes.
I make. But I say this all the time. There is no benefit for coming forward and saying that you've had a Bigfoot encounter.
No.
There's no fame in it. There's no money in it. So the only thing there is risk. Risking your name, your reputation. So for people that, say all these people are just making it up to get attention, what attention are they getting? They're not getting good attention.
None. I mean,
So-
look at the instance of the Falk Monster. That lady that owns the property, she was pretty much a shameful person in that town. She ended up moving into the town. Like, that's contradictory to everything that would come.
Same with the Hopkinsville goblins. Same thing with them. Yeah, when you get into any type of cryptid, it usually doesn't go well. Eugene Lemons with the Flatwood Monster. Because they get ridiculed. Well, like the two police officers with the Loveland Frogs, they end up turning around saying, "Oh, it was a tailless iguana."
Holding a
Or what
wand.
they saw. Yeah.
Wasn't there a I think it was in Louisiana with the Rougarou. There was a cop that came forward and it like slashed the side of his car open or something like that, or his hood or something, and he was like having to tell everybody what happened because his car was destroyed and he was shunned.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at that. It was the Georgia Police Highway Patrol
Bigfoot.
who had got the Bigfoot going across. But the only reason why that even got brought up was he had a ride-along reporter, and they were talking, and it jumped across. I guarantee you, had that reporter not been there, that video evidence probably would have never came out.
Even that 911 call with the rake, that would have never came out if it would have
Yeah.
been for Carolina Case Files.
Yep.
They just happened to be going through looking for weird 911 calls, and
That was a
and
weird
it was
one.
from several years before. I think it happened in 2021 or 2022, something like that.
Yeah.
Didn't come out till last year, like around September of last year.
Yeah.
So, that just because it's been recorded with 911 doesn't mean it's coming out.
No.
That's true. Maybe they're hiding it, but I have to admit that one and your experience, that was eerie. I mean, the fact that like I thought you're just crazy, but there's somebody else.
I tell you what,
I mean,
when I heard that 911 call, it made me feel so much better about my own encounter, because I was like, holy shit, that's exactly what I saw. And for it to come out, I mean, like mine happened in November. I told everybody about it the next day on TikTok Live, and then in around September of that year is when that 911 call came out. For that 6, 7 months, 8 months, whatever, I thought I was going crazy. It was like, I don't know what I saw, but now there's somebody else that saw the exact same thing.
Around the same area.
And
well, the distance wasn't that far. I mean, 20 miles or something like that? Or how far away?
from my house?
I remember we looked it up. Well, from where you saw where your event happened versus where that in Georgia, it's not that great of a distance when you're talking.
What are you talking about, dude? I'm in Indiana.
Yeah, that's like 5 states away.
It's not 5 states, it's like 3.
No.
It's to get to Blue Ridge, Georgia, from my house is 8 hours?
Yeah.
And it was even farther away than that.
So here I can tell you.
Sure.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, look that up. Look up where it was at, because I thought we looked up. I didn't think it was that far away from where.
Blue Ridge, Georgia.
Well, no,
But look-
Blue Ridge
no,
is
look
just.
up
I
the
just know where Blue
411.
Ridge is because we go there for vacation.
No, look up the 911 call for where it actually happened. Because I remember listening to it, and I think I sent you the link to that because I was like, holy cow! Because I was just, I mean, he described exactly what you described. I was
So
like,
it's even farther away from him. It was in Pender County, North Carolina.
Yeah,
So
to Portland, Indiana.
County, North Carolina to where?
Portland, Indiana.
Portland.
Yeah, it's 11 hours away.
Yeah, it's not close at all.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, but
So now you're saying there's more than one of these things.
where it migrates, I don't know. It must like cold weather in the winter. I can tell you that. I don't know.
And whatever type of car you drive, because he was like, ooh, so nice.
Maybe that's what it was. He really likes the Xterra.
Those are nice. I thought about getting one of those.
Oh, they're junk.
Oh, they're not?
That thing's a piece of
Okay.
shit. But it's an 05. It's our beater. It's our third vehicle or whatever. So,
So,
but
But yeah, I would have to say that would be kind of when you get confirmation that you're not
Right.
crazy. I mean, even though if you are crazy, but at least you're not that crazy. Like I stand in dark rooms and talk to myself a
No,
lot. So
I really struggled with whether I was going to tell my story, especially the night after it happened.
yeah.
But the only reason that I did that quickly was because that's what my show is about, is for people to be able to come on and it be a safe space to tell shit that nobody's going to believe.
Yeah.
And I would have felt like a hypocrite if I didn't tell my story.
Yeah. No, I feel that, yeah.
I agree. You've been a hypocrite.
I would have been.
But I know
If I would have been there, if I would have had
But
that encounter and
to
not
be
told
fair-
anybody, but then sit there and ask for people to come on my show to tell their encounters, yeah, I'm a hypocrite.
But I know that feeling of relief of not being crazy. Like I've I've told Jeremy this story many times. I was in a room in a haunted school with 4 other people, and I kept hearing a woman talking behind me, and they were like, shut up. Like, they kept yelling at me. I pulled out the voice recorder, and every time I said I heard a woman, you could hear a woman talking in the background. And there were only men in the room. And I was like, you know, that makes me feel a little better that I'm not crazy. So I totally get that. Shut up, JD. He was going to say snarky, something snarky, I know.
2 things can be right at the same time. But, you know, to be fair, though, you know, we have a close group of friends that one likes to wear a fake mullet. One's been shot, stabbed, and blown up. The other one makes stories about killing people.
Yeah.
You know, another one goes hangs out in cemeteries at night and looks at the sky hoping to get probed.
Stories about killing people?
I mean,
Alan, Nevermore Hollows.
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought you meant like,
dude,
real stories of killing people, like, not.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. He might be a freaking serial killer, and he's just flaunting that this is what he's really doing.
Garth Brooks lackey.
Right. No, that's what it is. He works for Garth Brooks. Get the story out.
Oh, that would be...
Yeah.
You need to let Alan know. He needs the whole story.
I'm texting him as soon as we're done.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, because, like, well, your motto is stay weird. Ghost Gossip just came out with her Feral 40s. You know, I'm like, I've been playing around. I'd like to, you know, figure something out with the, you know, just stay feral, my friends. You know, because what we do, it's off. It's not normal. It is weird. But the more we talk about it, the more people listen, more likely they are going to be able to express what they've came across. I can't tell you how many times, well, you know, that they say, no, they haven't had anything happen. And then we'll be talking about stuff and they'll go, well, you know, there was this one.
That happens a lot. And we were just talking about this because I don't know when this episode is going to drop, but Dudes from the Internet's going to be starting or dropping.
Back up?
Huh?
You need to start that back up?
We've already been recording it.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to release around the 1st of September.
Nice.
But we were just talking about this last night during our recording on there, is that I think that people are just becoming, I don't know if they want to say less worried about what other people are thinking. I think a lot of it has to do with Gen X. This is just my opinion. The kids of Gen X are the ones that are coming into like their 20s now.
Yep.
And they grew up with parents who were feral. So they were raised kind of feral. And they've got that I don't give a shit attitude. I don't care what you think about me either. So I think that's why we're seeing more and more people coming forward. Not to be rude, but the boomer generation's going away.
Yep.
Where they were more reserved and they're not talking about this stuff. That in between boomers and Gen X.
Millennials, I know, I am one.
Make love, not war. You know,
hippie.
The hippie movement. You know, they just all they did was said, "Well, I was on LSD." So,
yeah, I was doing drugs. I can't really.
I don't know if that was real or not.
I hugged the tree and I thought I saw a Bigfoot, but I was
right. Their kids, you know, were the millennials. So.
Which is weird because my parents were boomers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have me until the early 30s.
I don't know. I just think that there's a mindset, and it goes in 20 to 25 year cycles. And I think we've got a group of younger people that they don't care what people think about them. And that's great. That's the way you should be.
Yeah.
Don't care what people think about you.
To be fair, everything we're talking about at one point in time was very normal to talk about. Ghosts,
1800s.
creatures, They were all part of your life. They were, whether it be a parable of how to be safe in the woods or whatnot. Everybody talked about them. Everybody thought they were real, and you used caution. And then we kind of went away from that. And now I think we're starting to see that, well, maybe there were some things
Right.
to these stories, and here we are. Because like you said, I think you're right though on the encounters. Maybe in another 5 to 10 years, it will get more commonplace that people will start talking about. Who knows? Maybe a Bigfoot will be captured by that time, or a dog man, or a Loveland frog,
Or created.
You never know what's going to happen.
I do think that we'll definitely know 100% about UFOs and aliens long before we know about cryptids.
Yeah, I agree with that.
At least, well, I mean, all the cryptids. I think some of them are going to be explained. Like I think, like the Flatwoods Monster, the
Right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, certain ones that were extraterrestrial, they're going to come out and go, we actually knew about this, and this is what that was,
Right.
and and maybe Bigfoot is extra dimensional.
But I tell you what, if the government comes out and says Bigfoot is extraterrestrial, he's not extraterrestrial. If the government's the one telling me this, I'm going to say bullshit.
I would believe more that Bigfoot was created by the government before it was an extraterrestrial.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Other than, I don't believe that.
Other fact, the stories that go all the way back
Right.
to
Before the
1800s.
government existed, the Native Americans have stories of them for thousands of years. So I don't believe that with, well, I don't even believe it with Dogman, because there's reports of dog-headed men in the cephalocyl or cynocephaly.
Egypt.
Sinai?
You know what I'm talking about. Dog-headed men
Yeah.
in Egypt and in India.
Well, there was supposedly a dog-headed tribe of Native Americans.
Yeah. And then there was some island that Marco Polo or somebody
Yeah.
encountered. But, those go back thousands of years too. So now there's a caveat with that, though. The government's always looking to weaponize stuff. So there could be some that are government made.
Yeah.
And some that are natural. Like my mullet was government made. It's a super soldier in itself.
Back in the 80s, though, it was natural.
Right.
So
Actually, all the way up until about 1998. No, actually about 2000.
2000, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Billy,
No, I really did have a mullet.
Billy Ray Cyrus. I mean, he was going strong in the late 90s.
Did I ever show you that? I've got pictures of me with a mullet. Ever send those to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got married. My first wedding, I had a mullet.
That's awesome.
And we know why that went
Yeah.
so well.
So,
Well, no, it ended because I got rid of the mullet.
No mullet. See?
to close this out, where can everybody go to find out more about you, why you are?
And your stories and all that fun stuff.
You just search for Myths, Monsters, and Mullets or John Methancamp. Yeah, you'll find me either way. Myths, Monsters, and Mullets is probably the easiest way. If you search John Methancamp, you're probably going to get a lot of Mellencamp.
Yeah.
Because it's going to assume
Little
it's going to
pink
assume
houses.
that you meant somebody famous. But Myths, Monsters, and Mullets, you can find me John Fike on Facebook. That's my real name. I know it's a shocker. Methancamp's not my real name. But if you go to John Fike on Facebook, you'll find me there, and I do a lot of posting there. YouTube. The only place I'm really not on is Rumble.
Shame
I
on
know.
you.
I know. Just more work.
But you have a Patreon
I do have
page.
a Patreon. All the podcast
Which is
players,
under-
Myths, Monsters, and Mullets. Everything's Myths, Monsters, and Mullets.
Yes. And to contact you about
Being on the show,
people's encounters, to be on the shows, what's your email?
myths and mullets at gmail.com.
So,
And then you have an app as well that you can send them to help
An app.
schedule.
Oh, yeah. I'll send you my calendar app, and you self-schedule. And right now I am booked all the way through the 1st of November. So
That's
as dates
awesome.
come available,
You've been a busy man. You've been putting out a ton of work on Facebook and on Patreon, bonus reels. So
If you go over to Patreon right now, I have every episode through Christmas.
Nice.
Nice. But John, it's always a pleasure. Like I said, we definitely wanted to do this more with you this year. Maybe we can squeeze one more in October when we're all together.
We definitely need to do that. We need to have just an episode where it's all of us like round table.
Yeah.
Because we're all going to be in Ada, Ohio at the Ohio Bigfoot Jamboree.
We can do it like we should
October
do
3rd.
it like the old school that 70s show where the camera just rotates.
I'll just put a handle on the camera and just have it.
That would be pretty
You
cool.
have to talking
That would be
stick. You grab
hilarious.
it.
Yeah.
And you say, and then you have to spin it around. We might have to try to figure
We
that
just
out.
need a lazy Susan.
Yeah, that's all
And
we need.
a mini tripod. Just spin it.
Yeah, and just put like a stick on it, so you got the talking stick, and then you have to
Yeah.
I think
pass
that'd be
it.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That might be a fun experiment. Might get a whole bunch of people dizzy and throwing up watching it.
But at least they're watching.
Right.
Yeah, at least they'd be watching. But again, John, thank you. The amount of support you've given us, we can't thank you enough. Anyway, we can repay you like when we get ready for opening acts.
Oh, speaking of
You guys have helped me a lot too. So, that's what friends do.
so I don't think I've ever showed him talking to him.
No,
So we made one for everybody, basically. I made one for everybody, basically.
yeah, what's the week inside?
So you will be getting this in October.
It's that Jimothy in his pocket.
This is your license plate.
Heck yeah. That's definitely going on my truck. Absolutely it is.
They turned out pretty good.
That looks awesome.
Like I said, wish you the best of luck.
Sorry.
You keep on doing amazing things. You're killing it on Facebook and YouTube. Your Spotify numbers are probably off the chart as well.
They're going up.
We've lucked out to have so many great friends in our podcast community. But we wish you the best of luck, and anywhere we can help out, let us know. Like I said,
Same. Whatever I can do, that's what I do.
we could use $1 million. Just if you win the lottery, just
Dude, if
slide
I
$1 million.
win like a $1 billion Powerball or whatever, none of us are working.
Yeah.
I'm building a.
that deal, like we've talked to Matthew Orton about that as well. Like, if one of us wins it, we're all set. We're this is full-time jobs and just crazy.
I will set up some podcast studios for all my friends, and we'll just put it all under one umbrella and see what happens.
A paranormal influencer village.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of tiny homes.
Well, you guys get the tiny homes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get the double wide.
I already have the double wide.
Double stack, double
So-
wide.
Thank you, everybody, for watching, and until next time.
Be safe out there. You're not going to say stay weird.
Oh, talk to you later. Gotta go.